Hey guys, it's Sebastian from SkyComp Solutions, and today I'm going to show you how to use the video editing tool that comes free with Windows 10. So on any Windows 10 machine, you're going to have an app that comes with it, and all you have to do to find this app is by searching video, and the first thing that's going to come up in most cases is going to be the video editor app. And you can open that up. And it's a little confusing because at the top it says photos, but this is something that Windows has done. It pairs it with photos so you can bring in your photos as well and kind of do an animated slideshow as well as video effects and video editing. So I'm just going to do a quick overview of this software and show you a little bit about how to use it, use some example footage, and just go through the basics of how to use the video editor. So let's get into things here. The first thing that we're going to want to do is, even before starting with the video project and the video software here, all we're going to want to do is go to maybe a spot in our documents and just create a folder called video files. You could use the videos folder, that works as well, but I'm going to use documents because I'm used to, when using Premiere and Adobe products, it usually saves to your documents folder. So that's just where I'm used to going. And then you'll see here I have an external hard drive connected, and that's with a whole bunch of different footage that we have that we've shot. You've seen our YouTube channel, you've seen our tutorials, you've seen our blog posts on skycomp.ca/learn. So you've seen all that stuff. This is where we're storing a majority of it and on different servers and backup places. But we can just go to video projects. We're just gonna choose a random piece of footage maybe to work with. Some raw footage, that's always fun to work with. So I'm gonna choose these two pieces of footage here. We're gonna copy that, go back to our documents, go to video files, and hit paste. And that's going to copy over. So a key thing in video is, if you're working from an external hard drive, you usually want to copy the footage that you're working with over to whatever the internal hard drive is on that system. If you are working with a more like a NAS server or something like that, you can just edit directly from that, but it depends on the speed, depends on the connection of USB, but it's really highly recommended that you just drag that footage over instead of editing directly off of the external hard drive. It has been done before, but it's not recommended. So that's my advice to you, take it or leave it. So our footage has, in that time of me talking and fixing a light, our footage has copied over, and we're going to now open back up the editor, which it just looks like a little thumbnail of a photo there. And we can go to the new video project, and then it's going to ask you if you want to name it something. So we're going to do this. We're going to call this tutorial project. Okay. And the next thing we're going to do is just add footage to our library here. So you can add it from this computer, from your collection, which is from photos, or from the web. We're going to add it from this computer because we put it on the documents folder in our video files, and we can grab that, open that up, and those files are going to be added. This might take a few moments because it has to render them out so that this software can read them. Let's see how long it takes. Cue the Jeopardy music. Oh wow, that was a lot faster than I thought. So the main difference between this video editing software and, say, Premiere Pro or DaVinci Resolve is you don't have multiple layers of timeline to work with. So this has something called a storyboard, which is great for single video clips that you just want to trim down or cut middle parts out and squish together again. But you can't really cut back and forth between multiple cameras on this software, which is a limitation, but it's free. So what do you expect, you know? So we're working with one clip. We're just gonna drag this clip in, and we have a little bit of an intro here, little bit of me walking around in the background before I do an intro. So we want to find where that is. And we're gonna say we want to trim this clip. So when you hit the trim, it goes to the trimming menu, and you can literally drag this little icon here where you want it. And we can play. I want to put this here so I know it. I want to be here, I think. Yeah, that works for me. And then we'll go to the end. And we'll just trim off a little bit of the end there. Perfect. And if you wanted to, you could shift this entire bar back and forth, but we're good with that. It gives you the clip length that you're cutting it down to. And you can see it's made our changes. It's cut the video down. It's added my name there. For that first little bit, it'll disappear. There it goes. And we're basically set there. You have a couple more options within the software. It's a little bit clunky to use because it takes a little bit to load some of these, especially if it doesn't have as much RAM, if it's not running on an SSD, you could have problems with trying to operate this software. But I'm working with a fairly powerful little laptop here, so let's see how far we can push it. The next thing we can do here is split the clip. So you can select the clip you want it split, and then you have to drag where you want to split it from. And it'll tell you the two different lengths of the clips. That's a funny pose. There we go. We'll go right there. Perfect. And now we've split that into two different clips. So if we play from one, you'll see it switch from one to the other at about 9 minutes here. There. So you can see it just switched over. The blue line that's underneath it tells you what clip you're on. And this again tells you your total of how much video you got going on. Now, the next thing we can do is we've already added text. We've shown you how to do that. I don't want to add text. Okay. We can add some motion to it. So this is digital motion. This is not camera movement. So if you're looking to do like actual pans and tilts with your camera, you can do that. You just have to do it physically with your device. If you're shooting on your, you can do that. You just have to do it with the device that you're using. You have to physically pan and tilt your phone. But we can do a little bit of that in the motion menu. So let's select this second clip. We'll go to motion and we can go to zoom. And so it's gonna do this effect across the entire clip. So if we hit play, you're not gonna see much happening because this is a pretty long clip. But as we kind of push farther down, you'll see that I've slowly zoomed in. Again, these are very, very slight movements. These are nothing like what you can do by physically tilting the camera up and down. So if you want serious motion in your videos, you're gonna wanna do it yourself. We don't wanna save that. Then the next thing we can add, which is a little bit fun, is the 3D effects. So you actually have like quite a bit of option when it comes to 3D effects that you can add over top of things. The thing is, when you select one, is it takes a while to render it, but I'm just gonna choose a raging fire here because that's always fun. So we want to anchor this. Keeps giving me tips there. We're going to anchor this to, we're going to anchor this to the camera. So if you had a moving, like if you were physically moving in your clip with the camera, you could anchor your object to that. I don't have many clips as options where I am moving to show you that example, but I assure you it works. This clip also comes with sound effects. We want to just mute that for now, and we'll actually see. We'll see what it's like. And it's going to play for that amount of time. You can also rotate it and make it kind of blend in with your scene more. Both ways you can rotate it. I don't know how that's gonna look, but we're gonna try that. We're gonna hit done. And let's play this clip. Let's see what happens. So it's a super short amount of time. You could make that longer if you wanted to, but that's how long we're going. If we go back to 3D effects, there's more than just raging fires that you can add. You can go into the 3D library. So we're gonna go to the 3D library here. We're gonna choose something easy to work with. Maybe it's a staff member's birthday. So you want to include a little nice birthday cake in their video. We're gonna hover a birthday cake over top of me, just like that. Okay, let's see what that looks like. That's fun. You can just throw a birthday cake anywhere, hover it in your scene. And we'll hit done there. We like that. We've done all the 3D effects that we can do. There are tons more that you can go through. It's not just what I've been showing you. You don't only have the option to put things on fire and put birthday cakes on your screen. You can do a lot more than that. I'm just, for the tutorial purposes, I'm just going through and showing you the basics. The next thing I'll show you is the filters option here. So this is what we would call in the industry more of color correction. If you wanted to change the color of what the camera has shot, you can go in and do that and grade things and make things look a little bit different. It changes the skin tones. They also have a funny like pixelization filters. So we've chosen a filter. We've done 3D effects, done some motion, added text. Again, you can go way more in depth on this than I am. And you can also change the clip speed. So you want to make sure you're selected a clip, speed, and you can slow it down to slow motion. See what that looks like. Oh yeah, you can barely see me moving. Or you can speed it up. Times 64, that's a little scary. This option here where it says you can remove black bars or shrink to fit, this is if you were bringing in a video that was a different scale. A lot of the time when you shoot on a phone or even a DSLR kind of camera, when it comes into the edit suite, it's gonna be a different file format. And sometimes it's gonna put in black bars on the bottom and top of the screen. So to avoid that, they've put in a feature to shrink the footage, to get rid of those black bars, or to remove black bars entirely. So they've figured it out. It's very, very great. The other thing is sometimes on your phone or device that you're shooting on, you'll shoot upside down because you don't remember which way you're holding it. And so you can easily rotate your footage around. There it goes. So you can flip it any old direction that you need. And you can also delete footage if needed as well. Now, everyone wants to put some sort of music in the background of your video. My suggestion is to really look out for royalty-free music. You don't want to be adding downloaded ripped songs from YouTube or other places that might have copyright on it, because if you're uploading that to a social media channel, they will mute that audio or take the video down entirely. So you really want to look out for that. But I'll show you how to add some background music. It actually comes with a whole bunch of background music. You might find one that fits your video. I think Stunt Double definitely fits. That definitely fits what I'm looking for. And we can actually turn down the music volume. Perfect. You can also record custom audio or add other audio files if you need. So if you wanted to do a voiceover over top of your footage, if you wanted to record your screen, edit it, and record a voiceover over top, that's a huge option. You totally can do that. We're done. We're happy with the video. All we have to do is go to the top and hit finish video. You have a couple of options of what to export it as. Always, always, always go with the highest quality. If you're uploading to something that's like Instagram, which has, only a majority of mobile users, you're okay with going down to 720, but I wouldn't go much lower than that. It's just gonna start to pixelate and look bad, and the quality is just gonna be bad in general. So it's recommended to do HD, and we can do hardware accelerated encoding, which just means that it's gonna export faster for us. So we'll hit that, we'll export it out. So, oh, there it goes. Oh, there it goes. So the video is exported. You can see that I rotated it. So I rotated the clip, so that's why it looks super funky. But you get the gist, the cake's there, the fire is there, everything came with it. It's all animated, there's audio, it's all working. So I'm pretty happy with the way that that video turned out. So all you have to do now, close out the video editor, go back to your video files, find where you exported it to, and then you can drag that, upload that to YouTube. You can check the properties of it to see how big of a file it is. It's only 20.1 megabytes, which would take not that long to export. And it is, if we look at details, it has a stereo audio channel, so both speakers, you'll hear both speakers on that. And it is an MP4 file. So everything is there. If you have any more questions about how to use the video editing tool, we can answer those in the comments for you. If you like what Skycomp's doing, you can hit subscribe up here. If you'd like to watch more videos about Microsoft Teams and other software that we use, you can click over here. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.